wondered, does anyone else have any message for young people of what type of learner am I? Is it a university route or an apprenticeship route that might be better for me? Anyone want to add anything there?
I'd be happy to add something to that. I think ultimately, whatever type of learner you are, you can apply it in both of those situations. I think the main thing is it's being keen to learn and then understanding how you can then transform that in your own way. So for me, when I was at sixth form, it was always someone sat at the front of the classroom, the teacher, teaching you how to write this assessment or how to structure this paragraph. You then take that away and you learn. You have that opportunity to answer those questions and ask those questions, in that manner, in that live environment. Whereas probably at university, studying the degree virtually. So I would probably mention my degree is with University College of Estate Management, and it's all in a virtual learning environment. So we're often, you're looking back at pre-recorded webinars. You don't have that opportunity to ask those live questions in that same manner. So your learning is slightly different there. If you're someone who prefers to have that face-to-face interaction.
Yeah, but I'll combat that and say that because of the organisation that we work for and the people that you've got surrounding you on a day-to-day basis in the office, you'd argue that you've probably got more competence and more knowledge sat around you in the office where you can ask those sort of questions. And without doubt, the apprenticeship has given me certainly being able to ask those questions around the office.
Yeah,
I've probably learned more than I would have if I was just asking someone in a lecture. Because
totally agree.
In our office, someone will sit down and talk you through the process and why it relates to why, like X and Y.
Absolutely agree.
Yeah,
it's just having that confidence to. That's what I mean. It's more so having that confidence to reach out to those people that you're working with and asking those questions, being keen and wanting to learn more. And I think that's where the main qualities come into play.
I should probably add that my master's was distance learning as well. Probably established by doing it in the evening, unless there's a night school started around here. But again, I think it's what Akram and Charlie have said. We're surrounded by the people who are actually doing this in practice. So what better people to learn from? It was brilliant being able to sort of bring in, something we talked about in a lecture or I'd read in some set texts, and then you're like, but how would you apply this in real life? And it's like you come in and you can see it brought to life right in front of you.
Yeah, now certainly as you were asking there, what type of learner are you? It depends on who you are. But for me, it was certainly at school I struggled with just reading textbooks and rewriting things and trying to learn it that way. I certainly am a learner of the practical side, doing it and repeatedly doing it. So the advantage of the apprenticeship for me was the fact that I was able to learn the technical side at the university, but then also take it away. And then the 4 out of the 5 days of the working week, I could use those skills that I'd been learning in the textbooks. But it really then stuck in the brain. For me, I really struggle if it was just writing. So that approach.
Yeah.
And
I totally reiterate that. I think it's also you often learn more from your failures than you do from your successes. And it's understanding that and applying that, having that same mindset in the workplace, not being afraid to, come across a hurdle and then learning from that. And I found the same thing at sixth form at school. You do one assignment and it's not the end of the world if it doesn't go your way. You then build upon that. It's a building block. The next time you look for that, maybe one higher score or 2 higher scores. And it's the same thing in the workplace. I found that if you just go to uni full time, you study the theory, but you're not able to apply that and learn from those failures. Maybe, you learn I think one of the things in the industry that's quite important that I've looked at, that I'm going through the journey of, and Charlie can certainly probably also share an opinion about it. It's the APC process. So to become a chartered surveyor, you have to tick certain competencies, and there's levels to those competencies. And you'll find level 1, level 2, level 3. One of the competencies is being able to explain what something is. It's then, are you able to advise a client and are you able to put it into practice? And I think it's the same way with your learning to, when you go to university, you can probably explain what something is, but are you able to apply that and advise a client when it comes to it? Probably not. But if you're going through that degree apprenticeship route where you've probably done it for 4 years, maybe you're at a higher, at a higher level. So it's just having that flexibility and understanding, going in there with an open mind and failing to learn. I think that's what I think.
Yeah, it's great. It's great content. And Hannah, just to wrap up that topic of learning styles, you have done both. You've done it
Yeah.
on the job in your level 7, which the company put you through via the apprenticeship route. You've done the university route. Any sort of final words on like helping young people figure out what's right for them? It is hard, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's really hard. And I don't think it necessarily has to be one or the other. I think a lot of people can adapt. I didn't really find one or the other easier or more difficult. I think it's just that I could very much see a purpose with the level 7. Like I could see it was a direct relationship between that and me progressing. Whereas I think when I did my first degree, it was kind of, this is great, I'm doing a degree, but I don't know what I'm going to do with it afterwards. I think a lot of it is just about being honest with yourself. Like if going away to university is not right for you, don't do it just because that's kind of, that's the cool thing to do, or that's what all my friends are doing. Equally, if you really want to do that, and that's kind of how you learn a lot better, just because your friends are earning money, if they're doing a degree apprenticeship, it doesn't mean that's right for you. I think it's very specific to each individual.